What's up, everybody? Today I'm sitting down with Mr. Steve Collins, and we're going to get his thoughts on his upcoming fight, June 13th at LFA 210. How's it going, Steve?
Going good, man. How you doing?
I'm great, man. It's so good to have you on here today to take time and sit down with me. I know you're definitely busy training for the fight and everything, and I'm sure you always stay busy going into a fight, but I do thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to speak on your platform.
I just love getting to know fighters and talking to everybody. That's kind of the whole reason I started going to all the events and stuff. I love watching the fights, but I really like getting to know everybody and
hmm
just kind of reaching out there. So to start with, I just want to know what inspired you to start fighting, and can you give me kind of a breakdown of how your career's been so far? I like asking this to get to know the fighters because everybody fights for different reasons. So I just want to know kind of like why you're fighting.
Well, growing up, I always played football. And then I went to high school and I started to wrestle. And growing up, I always played like the UFC games and WWE games and everything. So like, once I found out wrestling was fake, I started to watch UFC, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I seen like guys like Brock Lesnar go over to UFC and fight. Guys like I think Chris Shamrock, he did UFC too, I think, for a little minute. But yeah, just watch just the up and coming like around like 2009, maybe 2008. I was like watching it, getting into it, playing, starting to do triangles and arm bars in the house. But it wasn't until my when I became a senior in high school, and one of my old coaches, he was in MMA, and he came back, and he was like, "Yo, you want to start training?" And then I just been training ever since. And ever since then, my MMA career just been it's been good because I've just been in a gym training all the time around great guys. My team G2, they're great. They're all a bunch of great training partners and great people. So like they just keep me on my toes and keep me sharp. And we just iron sharpen iron all the time. So yeah.
That's awesome. I kind of got the same thing where it was like after wrestling's fake, it's kind of like where do you go from there? So I'm more of a recent MMA fan. I started my first fight. We watched it. We were actually in a Hooters in Indianapolis at when Masvidal fought Diaz for the BMF belt. So that was my first one. It was just a fun one to
Yeah,
get
that was a
started
great
on.
one. That was a great one.
So where'd you get your nickname Scuba from?
I was in the gym, bro, and it was like a hot summer day, and the gym gets real hot, and we always like slippery and sliding and wet, just sweaty, bro. And then I got up, I did something wrong. The bell rang, and I walked, and I was dripping. And this white guy, he was just like my guy Skyler. He was like Scuba Steve, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's no mistake. That's a good one." So
That is
it just
cool.
came.
Uh, when you're leading into your fights, how do you stay focused? Talking about training, how does it? Do you do anything different on fight day than you do just in a normal training day? Or I know some people kind of like to stick to a routine even leading up right before the fights. But
I got a pretty good routine. I wake up, I have breakfast, and then I do something called a shakeout, which is like, we gain all that weight after we weigh in, so we gotta like kind of move around with that weight, get used to it. So I'm
Mhm.
hitting pads, running sprints, um, and then after that, I kick it, I chill, just in my room, just visualizing myself winning. I'm trying to get my mind right to go in there not too confident and not too not confident. So I try to go in there like right at the middle. And the whole time, the whole day, you're going up and down, up and down. You're confident, then you think you can lose. You can knock him out, he can knock you out. You can tap him out, he can tap. So it's like back and forth, you thinking back and forth. And I try to, by the time I get to the ring, I try to slow it down. And then by the time I walk in the ring, I try to stay right in the middle. That way, I respect my opponent, but I also like you're not gonna win, bro.
Yep. What's your resting weight? I know you fight at lightweight most of the time, as far as I know. And
I'm a pretty, I'm a pretty big guy. I walk around at like, if I miss practice out the week once or twice out the week, I get up to like 194. But like when I'm on my regular fat boy stuff and going to the gym, I'm like 185. And that's me eating like nachos and tacos and tortas and whatever burgers and fries and pizza, like not caring what I eat. I'm just eating for fun. But I usually get into shape and I get down to 175. And then that's when I get into my diet. And then, I get to the last 2 weeks, I'll have like probably like 10 pounds left. Then that last week I cut the last 10 pounds, and that's water weight. Because when I get to that last week, I'm 10 pounds over, but it's water because I loaded my body up with
Right.
water, so it's gonna come off.
I'm sure that's really difficult. It's probably like the
Yes,
probably one of the most difficult things about the fight is the weight cut.
yes, that's the
Uh,
most difficult part. It never gets easier. I just get better at it, but it's
yeah.
still hard at the same time.
Do you ever watch any tape of yourself or your opponents? Alexander Schenk was on last a couple days ago, and he mentioned that he didn't watch a lot of tape, but he made a good point that if you do watch a lot of tape, your opponent might do something and you're expecting it when you're watching the tape, but then you get to the fight and he doesn't do it, and then you've trained to kind of go after it. How do you view watching tape and stuff?
That's a pretty good point right there. Yeah, because I kind of think that way. I kind of think that way. Like when I'm watching my opponent, I kind of think like he's going to be better. Like he might not do them same mistakes, and most of the time when I go into the ring, the guys kind of fix it. Like cause I go in and I go and read the person, and I give them like things I think hit them, and if they don't get hit by it, I feel like they fixed it. But I watch tape a lot. I'm one of them guys. Like I play football, so watching film is a part of my game.
Um, is there anything that you do in football that you think helps you as a fighter?
Yeah, I use my body weight, and I like shove them like especially on the cage. I use my get off me, like you know how, because I play linebacker, and I was going against guys like you all the time, so I can't let y'all grab me. I gotta like bump you off and get around. So I kind of use my body, and like especially on the cage, like this is home for me. Like when I got the underhook and I'm chilling, I'm chilling right here. This is home because my body is so, I guess, fortified from playing football.
And when you watch, do you watch your own fights back?
Yeah, a lot. I watch them a lot. Yeah.
When you're watching your fights back, what is the first thing you notice about your own performance that you try to maybe kind of look at a little closer?
So I'm gonna go based off my last performance. So when I watch my last fight, I kind of try to, I try to look for moments where I could have attacked. Like I could have attacked and I like kind of chilled. So I kind of like that. That's what I try to progress. Like I try to find the moments where he think it's cool, but I could like hit him and like surprise him. So I try to find the moments in my fights.
Uh, I seen in one of your last fights you threw a head kick and then like changed levels on him and then kept him up against the cage. So I'm assuming that's where the linebacker push part comes. So you're going in for the
Yeah,
takedown and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love when I get the takedown. They get on the cage. It's just so easy, so easy.
Speaking of fight night, you're on a 5-fight win streak. You're undefeated 4-0 in your professional career. You're coming up against Gabriel Brown. He's 3 of 4 of his last wins were by submission. With that in mind, and without giving anything away, is there anything that you're kind of excited to showcase for your fight coming up in Louisville?
Um, I'm excited to showcase my striking in this fight. I'm a great wrestler. I don't think his wrestling is close to mine. He got some good grappling since he got the 3 submissions. And I feel like to have a few submissions as a pro, you got to be good at grappling. Like jiu-jitsu has to be a little bit good. And the fact that I don't have any, I feel like that might be what he's shining at. Is like when we get to the ground, that's my way he's shining at. But I'm pretty good at getting them to the ground and putting them in position where they can't use jujitsu. Like if I'm on my feet and I'm like this, looking down at you, throwing punches, like you're not finna tap me out. You finna get up or you gonna keep getting hit. So I'm gonna just use my strikes and takedowns, strikes and
Uh,
takedowns. Honestly,
3 of your 4 wins are by decision, and you can put people out as well. Obviously, I mean your debut was a knockout, and then against Jermaine Anthony and Richard Defron, you both got them out fairly quickly with some stoppages. Do you feel like you have an edge either in the beginning of the fight, or since some of them went to decision, do you think you have an edge as you go longer in the fight?
yes, I feel like I have a major edge over guys because I went, all three. Or my amateur championship fight was 5 rounds, 3 minutes. I feel like that is it sets me up to like it puts me in a position where I know that I can go all the way if I have to. Like I don't have to worry about it. 'Cause, some guys get in the ring and they worry about after the first time, like, damn, I'm gonna have to go all the way with this guy. Like, I don't think I could. Me, if I get to my corner after the first round, and I think I'm gonna have to go all three. That's it. I'm gonna have to go all three, and I know I can. So I'm very confident in myself to go all three. Now, I want some finishes. My goal is to get 2 finishes in these next 3 fights that I get. So
Moving
yeah.
up from amateur to pro, what was kind of the maybe a bigger like the biggest surprise, or was there? How's the transition from amateur to pro?
The time frame, but I train 5-minute rounds in the gym all the time. But that was the only thing. I mean, I take tough fights, so it's really no difference for me because I never I mean I probably had some easy fights, but I also took tough fights also. So
What was your toughest fight you think, and what did you learn from that?
my toughest fight will have to be my second amateur fight. My second amateur fight because that was kind of a point where like, my coach in the corner, I was telling him, like, I told him I was nervous after the first. And after the second, I was like, Coach, I'm fucking nervous. He looked at me. He looked back. He was like, bro, fuck your nerves. You want to be a pro or not? You want to be a fucking pro or not? And I was like, yes, coach. Yeah, I do. And then he left. I was like, fuck. I want to be a pro. I want to be a pro. And the guy I went against, he was a pretty good guy. His name was Isaiah Flores. He's from Rufus Sport. He was a pretty good competition. Honestly, like, he wasn't backing down. He was like 18 at the time. I was 20. He was tough.
How did that feel going from your first fight being such a pretty quick knockout there to going into um, your second fight? Did you feel like you had
I
anything going on
I
mentally there?
felt I mean did I crash my car? I think I did crash my car on that time. I don't know. Life is a motherfucker, so I
Yeah.
probably had some shit going on. But nah, he was just tough. Honestly, bro, he was tough. Like the first guy, he was a bum. I mean, he's a cool guy. He was a cool white
Yeah.
guy. He was a bum. Like he wasn't fighting wasn't for him. But the guy for Isaiah Flores, he was just tough. Like I try to look back and watch it and see like what was different. He was just tough. He was just a tough guy. That's all.
What's your greatest accomplishment you feel like in the cage, and then what's your greatest accomplishment outside of the cage, and how do you compare the two in your mind?
Um, I feel like my greatest accomplishment is beating Rampage Jackson's son.
That's awesome.
That was
Yeah.
that it felt good. Like I mean, it's it's like another guy raise your like because his dad is who he is. It raised your confidence. But Rampage Jackson's son because it's just like it was just a great experience and like it was UFC guys there. Like it was UFC guys there, and it was a great performance. I gave a great performance. It was a great venue. It felt good, and it raised me up. Like it put me where I need to be. And then outside the cage, my greatest accomplishment is I don't know raising my son. I feel like that's my son is doing very good in school. He's a very smart kid now, and that's like one of the most important things to me currently right now is making sure
Awesome.
I'm setting an example for him. So he's doing very good in school. So that's a compliment for me.
That's awesome to hear, man. I love that. You're coming up on your third LFA fight. There were 9 former fighters from LFA on the Kansas City card this weekend. Do you feel like you're knocking on the UFC's door now? Or
I mean, I know I'm young, but I'm 4-0. I mean, the plan we got is to fight in June, hopefully fight in September. After September, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna have my hands up like this. Like, I mean, can I get a little foot in the door? But me, honestly, man, I'm just so thankful for the position I'm in that I'm still like taking in LFA. It's still LFA still new to me, even though I got what was that that's two fights. I think I fought twice. Yeah, twice for LFA. So yeah,
did you
yeah.
watch the card this weekend?
Nah, I didn't get a chance. I was getting drunk, bro. I was getting drunk. Getting too drunk. Yeah.
Well, I got a few questions to go out on here. They're kind of fun. What am
Oh
I?
wait. Were you talking about the one where it was the championship? It was
Uh,
it was
I
a
was talking about the UFC, the Gary and Protez.
oh UFC. We did watch that. That was on. That's how I know I was drunk. I was too drunk. It was on, but I wasn't. I didn't watch Ian Gary fight though, because I by that time I was faded. But it was on. Though. It was on. I didn't pay attention. How did it go? The Ian Gary? Because I was telling some of my guys like I feel like Ian Gary gonna have a nice performance. Was it good?
Yeah, I think at the end there, Protest could have got him out, but he just wasn't pushing hard enough. I think which obviously he's, wore out at the end of the fight, but I think he could have got him. He just wasn't. I mean, he had him there at the end, but just wasn't enough. I think Gary got the win, but yeah, that was just a weird card kind of there at the end.
Yeah, it was very weird card. It was a very weird card.
On the MMA Interesting Prospects interview, you mentioned you played some games. I play a lot of games myself. What you been playing, and what's your greatest game of all time? What do you think that is?
Oh, greatest game of all time has to be Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto.
You excited for GTA 6 this year?
Yeah, I'm super. I've been waiting forever, bro. I was 13 when GTA 5 dropped, and the games I play currently now, Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals. I play Black Myth Wukong. It's like a story mode game. Hard as fuck. So fucking hard. But yeah. Yeah, that's the games. I'm trying to think about playing other games.
Who's your Marvel rival, man?
Venom.
Like
I main with Venom. I aim with Venom. I like Punisher also.
Yeah, I love the Punisher.
It's kind of hard to play with him on rank though.
Yeah. If you don't have a good teammate, if you're not rocking duos or something to get that extra help on that.
That's what I'll be mad about, man. My friends, they don't really play Marvel Rivals like that. So I'm trying to find somebody, because I like running Venom, and I like having a good healer, at least one good healer.
My buddy, he runs he plays whatever I play because I'm not as good at it. He tries to play something to team up with me. So he's been trying to get me back into ranks. We got the gold last season, but we didn't get, or the beginning season. But he's been like, "Come on, man, get back on."
Well, man, hey, let me know when you guys get on. I'll hop on with y'all, man.
That'd be awesome. We'd have a great time.
Yeah. For sure. Cause I need a team. I need a team, bro. I've been itching for a team.
He's like, we can get to platinum, man. Come on.
One night, man. We can do it in one night.
That's what we did. We kind of sit down there at the end of the season, and I was like, I want that skin, man. The Moon Knight skin was awesome. I was like, we got to get that. So we sat down for 2 days and just tried to get to gold.
So do they give you the skin for your main?
No, it's each season they do a different skin, and the first season was a black and gold Moon Knight skin for if you get to gold, and then if you get to gold, you get the skin. But so we just sit down and rocked it out. I think last season was might have been the Wolverine skin they did. I'm not sure what it is this season. But
yeah, with the red claws. Yeah. So. Okay, because I'm still learning, because I play Overwatch, but I didn't get too deep into it.
I never played very much. I played a little bit, but
yeah, I played a little. When it first dropped, I played a little bit of it. Yeah, that was it.
Your dog's name's Kratos.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you like some God of War.
Oh yeah, God of War is a staple. I forgot to mention God of War. Yeah, I love God of War.
I had, which I got a PC and an Xbox. I didn't get to play them when they first came out, but I got them since then when they've dropped on Steam. And man, these new the reboot's been really good. I didn't play the originals, but
the originals, bro. Okay, the reboots are great, but the PS2, playing it on the PS2, bro, God of War 1, 2, and 3, it was so crazy, because you're killing gods back to back to back to back. You're going to hell, killing Hades, coming back up, killing Medusa. At the end of the game, you kill Zeus. And growing up as a kid, seeing that, it just made me just respect Kratos a lot. And just growing up, he just stuck with me because he's just so fucking raw. Who do you know is killing Poseidon, Hades, Hercules, Zeus, Hera, fucking Kronos? He killing every fucking god in the Greek mythology, bro. Shit is crazy.
The last question I got, what music are you listening to right now, man? What's on your playlist?
Right now, my favorite rapper, G Herbo. He's a Chicago rapper. You ever heard of G Herbo? So he's a Chicago rapper. He's from, around the town where I came from. And he dropped 2 albums recently, so I've been listening to that. But I like Future. I like young NBA Youngboy. I like Drake. I like Kendrick Lamar. But currently, right now, I've been playing a lot of Future and G Herbo.
I got to see. I guess the only 2 rap acts I've seen was I went and seen Kendrick, and then Afro Man. We saw Afro Man in a small little venue. Got to meet him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the only concert I've ever been to was a G Herbo concert. I've been to 2 of them.
That's awesome. Well, Steve, thank you so much for coming on. I cannot wait to watch your fight, man. You got me all hyped up. Now I'm ready to come in there and watch it. But I can't wait to meet you there. And is there anything you want to say or anybody to shout out before you head out?
I want to tell you thank you also, and you have some great questions. I can see that you really you dove into my Tapology or wherever you get your information from, which is great, and I appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to my whole G2 team. Thank you to my family and friends and everyone that's going to watch the video. And stay tuned for June 13th,
All
LFA
right.
team.
Amen, man. Let's get that LFA 210. It's coming June 13th to Louisville. Come out and support a great card and some awesome athletes and fighters, man. Everybody I've talked to have just been awesome people, and especially just to take time to get to know everybody. It's just something special. And so get your tickets and come out and watch Steve do his thing.
Appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good day.